It's time for Inside the Patch with your Las Vegas Raiders. Here's Gnarley Charley.
My favorite things about Inside the Patch here is that we have a diversified nation, the Raider Nation. In fact, we have Wes McKnight from Ballarat, Australia. I think you're the farthest, as a fan that I know.
I'm going to claim it. I'm going to say I'm the biggest fan from the furthest nation. But I'm actually I'm in Italy at the moment on holidays. And when I realised, Charlie, that we're playing the Kansas City this week.
And you're wearing red. Yeah.
See that? Look at that. A little bit of red.
I
found a little bit of red.
Them? I see that.
Well, I just thought I'd go out in sympathy. I didn't bring a lot of black on this trip. And so I only had one sweater that was that colour. So.
You better hope you don't have to go to a funeral because you're going to be...
Yeah. I wasn't planning on it. I'm only over here for 3 weeks. I wasn't planning on going to too many funerals. But
well, the Raiders used to play in the Coliseum, so maybe you go to the Coliseum.
There you go. I've done that already. I've had to do that again. I've done that too many times. But no, we're having fun over here, mate. So now tell me about this. What do we got this week? We got the Chiefs.
So, well, another thing that people don't know about Wes McKnight is that he went to Sanger High School with me. So, and he's half American. He does not sound like it. He does not live in our country. But his visa says I am legally half an American.
My passport says I'm American. Yeah. So we have told the people this before, mate. We have talked about the fact that I'm half American. I went to school with you in Sanger and wore this sort of jersey colour, and we did spend a lot of time together back in the 80s.
Well, the Sanger High Apaches, they pretty much modeled their uniforms after the Chiefs. When they had the Arrowhead, we had the Arrowhead. I mean, it was basically stolen straight from them. So it is weird to see those uniforms, but
so what was your monogram? The Sanger High
Apaches.
There you go. Is that allowed to be anymore? Are they still allowed?
Yeah, no. Apparently, there's a letter from the Apaches that say it's not a slang name. Apaches were an actual tribe.
Yeah. Okay.
The other ones were not.
Yeah. And so the Kansas City, are they still the Chiefs?
They're the Chiefs. Yes.
Okay.
And
that's allowed.
They are excited. They do the whole tomahawk chop thing, which I don't know.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was the Washington team that had to change their name.
Yeah, they changed theirs. So,
I'm up with it. See, I'm getting. I'm all over this stuff.
Well, so we're playing the Chiefs. It's a big game. They are 3-1. We are 1-3.
Right.
If we beat them,
this is a fun fact. This is a fun fact.
Yeah.
This week I was at an airport over here, standing in line, and a young lady in front of me starts talking to me as most Americans do. They just like talking to anybody. If you travel the world, you've noticed that you don't mind having a chat. Like walking onto an airplane with my good buddy Charlie a few years ago, he holds my hand as we walk on and tells the hostesses that we're off to Queensland to get married. That was
I did nice say that, but it was a joke because they just legalized
gay marriage,
sex marriages in Australia.
In Australia, yeah. And
I wanted to find out if it was true or not.
It was. You had your little fanny pack on, and you fitted the bill perfectly and grabbed my hand. So, so this girl starts talking to me in the queue on the way to the airplane, and she's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. She lives in Kansas City,
so
she's flying home. Mm-hmm, she married a girl. And she'd been on some yoga retreat for 5 weeks in Italy. And she starts telling me that Kansas City won their last game, and she claimed they were going to go to the Super Bowl. We're having this big in-depth conversation about Kansas City Chiefs. You text me and say we're playing the Kansas City Chiefs this week. I thought there's a little bit of synergy there. But we are playing at home, Charlie? Am I
yes,
right?
If home is Kansas City, we are playing at their home. Now, my question, did you tell her you were a Raider fan, or did you?
Yes, I did. And she didn't take that so well.
No, not at all.
The conversation shortened up really quickly when I said, well, my best buddy's got me rooting for the Raiders. And she said, oh, well, have a great flight.
All right.
That was it. It's done. So I realized then I've got to change my pitch. But no, she was she claimed we were going to win. I could have sworn she said we were playing in Vegas, but it must have been her home. Yeah, right.
Well, we will later on in the year, but this week
I did tell her of our plan that we're going to run a little trip and we're going to do a visit to the stadium.
Trip.
She said she'd been to the stadium in Vegas and said it was a great trip. But I had been thinking this week. I've been watching a bit of US sport on the TV over here. And the baseball season's getting close to the end, and my team, the Dodgers, which I know this isn't a baseball show.
Aaron Judge broke the record for home runs in a year, and he's a former Fresno State guy. So
there you go. Okay, cool. Didn't know that. So I was watching the baseball and how the coaches in baseball, the managers, all come out kitted up. They got the
uniform on.
Full uniform. Hat,
right.
Spikes, Dave Roberts, the Dodgers, looks resplendent. Looks like he could go and play straight away. A little bit of a pot belly, but you and I are used to having a little belly. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just wondering why don't they do that in football? So why doesn't the coach in football pad up, have his helmet there, look like he's ready to, come on?
You know what? I never thought of that.
Well, I don't know why baseball players. I just thought there's something they could borrow from there. We talked last time we spoke. We talked about the amount of HR meetings you have at the end of every play. What
Wes is saying is that he feels like after every play we have a meeting, and I said it's a huddle, but you're called a meeting.
Well, you discuss it, and I just, I just like meetings strongly. I don't believe they add any productivity to any business. And I'm not sure that they help every 3.5 minutes having another one and then another one. I still can't get my head around. And that's the reason your games go for 4.5 hours.
See, I like the idea the coaches were in full gear. And then the losing coach should have to get tackled by the other team. Make it even better.
Instead of tipping the bucket over them?
Yeah. Hit them. Just tackle them. All right.
One thing I want to talk to you about is you took me to a game at Fresno State many, many years ago, and there was a thing that I'd been introduced to called tailgating.
Yes.
Now, that's foreign to us, right? We don't do that stuff. We'll go out for a drink before a game, but we'll go to a bar or we'll go out for a meal, a restaurant, but we won't park at the game, pull down the tailgate of our ute or truck or pickup.
Yeah.
Sit there, get drunk, then walk in. And then the one game you took me to in Oakland, I can't believe I survived. I still got 10 fingers, my wallet, I kept my cash. You walked me through a part of town, Charlie.
Yeah.
And my mother still won't talk to you because of this.
Yeah.
You walked me through this part of town. And it wasn't so much tailgating. I don't know what word was used for activities were going on in this area, but it wasn't the nicest part of.
No, it wasn't a walk either. It was a brisk walk. It was almost a jog. It was like, we got to get over that fence and then we okay?
And if the listeners can imagine you and I walking briskly, it was we were thinking we were running, but it probably looked like a brisk walk.
Right.
It was a funny part of town, but it was very different to the tailgating that I witnessed at Fresno State.
Well, maybe you should bring that up in your country and make that a
thing. Yeah. We have far stricter drinking and driving laws here, as you know.
Oh, that's true.
I think we're not really encouraged to go to a venue in a car, sit around with a barbecue and drink and then go and watch the game, and then drink some more in the 4.5-hour game, witnessing just meeting after meeting after meeting. But I didn't. Being a social person and enjoying the food and booze, I didn't mind the idea of the tailgating. I liked the concept. I just wouldn't want to do it in Oakland too often. You know, I think maybe Vegas would be easier. Well,
Vegas is a desert, and it's the home of the devil. So I don't know. It's like the biggest Sin City is the name of it. So it's kind of.
And you need to drink. You need to drink more. I mean, putting that place in the desert made sense if they want to sell drink. You know, it's a great concept. Business proposition. It's the hottest place I've ever been.
Land was cheap, so.
Yeah, well, there you go. Land's cheap. I don't know how they get water there.
Well, we're working on it. I want you to make your way to. Let's go to a Raider game this year. All right, maybe that Chiefs game in December. Okay, let's look at it.
Okay, is there going to be one in December?
In Vegas, yes.
Okay, might be a little difficult since I've been in Italy for a month, but we can see what we can do.
I think we could do it.
I might have some points built up. Yep.
All right, so what's your prediction for the game? What's the score going to be?
Look, after talking to this young lady before she rudely cut me off when I told her I was a Raiders fan, she convinced me that we're going to struggle to win this weekend, mate. I'll give it to the Chiefs by 2 points, just because I just don't.
This is the difference between Australians and Americans. Even if you're feeling that way, you lie and you say, "No, go Raiders." You don't claim it because then if the Raiders do win, they're gonna be like, yeah, you didn't think so. You know what I mean? So you got.
Let me change that then. Let me cut that out. Let me change that again.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Charlie, who's winning this weekend? Well, I've looked at this form and I've been studying the selections and Mahomes. I think the Raiders can do it, mate. I think we can get over the line. I think it'll only be slight. Might only be 8 points, maybe 10, but I think we can get our nose in front.
World traveler Wes McKnight from Australia, fresh from Rome. Congratulations.
There you go. Ciao, Charlie. And I still remember you from your trip here in the 80s, mate.
I bet they do. Am I the winner posters? I'm good, right?
Good to see you, buddy. I'll talk to you next week, and I'll be in a different country, but that's okay. And I'll have a better place to talk to you, and might even have a glass of red in my hand, mate.
That's what you do. All right. Thanks, brother.
See you, buddy. Thanks, champ.
We'll be back with more Inside the Patch on 1430 ESPN, your official home of the Las Vegas Raiders.